Kate Perizzo. I'm a geography faculty member at the University of Guelph, and I'm part of the Guelph Food Waste Research Team. And today we are hosting a workshop with a number of stakeholders from across the food value chain to better address food waste and to reduce it in the province of Ontario. So we invited a number of stakeholders to be here today, including people working across the food value chain, from producers to processors and manufacturers, retailers, municipal governments who work with curbside trash, industrial waste haulers, and then also the people who influence that food value chain. So we have municipal and provincial government representatives, we have NGO and nonprofit sector representatives, and we have researchers and consultants who are the experts who influence the way that we understand the food value chain. So the stakeholders who we have in the room have a lot of knowledge about what works and what doesn't work in the food system. And so to encourage them to share things that might be very common sense for them, our facilitators yesterday asked them to go through a number of exercises to imagine, for example, some of the worst case scenarios, what a system that maximizes food waste would look like, so they can tell us about all of the worst case practices that they've seen in the past. That then allowed us to assess what's actually already happening in the system and to focus in on where some real problem areas were.
To me, what was really remarkable about the group that was here for the past couple of days is that everyone was open and engaged, and there was no you said, she said, this. It was we need to make progress on that issue, and it was from all stakeholders in the value chain. It was really interesting to see. To me, that was maybe a bit surprising, but really profoundly encouraging that we've got the opportunity to make progress. We need to, we hear these big macro numbers, and those are important, and they give us good context. But in order to make real progress on food waste, we need to understand at the micro level what's getting wasted, why it's getting wasted. And it was really heartening for me to hear other people say exactly the same thing. And it was nice to have our partners here that we've worked with and to identify some other people who are interested in doing the same thing.
Well, the importance is that the people that are here, like there are people from so many different sectors, like I mentioned, food packaging, livestock, anaerobic digestion, OMAFRA, the government, university researchers, municipalities, and to have all these people here to talk about the issue in one place at one time is incredibly helpful. And I couldn't help but be pleased to hear so many people say that we have to do more research to get to the bottom of some of these issues. And of course, we're in the research business at the university, but it does affirm that what we're doing is necessary, and research into all the issues related to food waste and the connections will really be of value and will help us address the problem.
So what we're hoping the outcome of the workshop will be is research questions, ideas that we can then take and test, whether they be interventions or policies that we can take a closer look at, or ideas for areas where we need to learn more.
As with many conferences, when you bring people together, a lot of what really happens at the tables during breaks and during meals and at the beginning and at the end. As researchers, we often get caught with doing interesting stuff and not getting the opportunity to tell that story more broadly. And so I have a pocket full of cards with people saying, send me your research, we want to learn more, and we'd like to partner in helping us understand a little better what we can do differently. Those synergies, I think, are really a big part of what we are trying to accomplish here the last couple of days. I look around and we are winding up, and there are still these people getting to know each other and creating those relationships which will leverage the information we have individually and really build progress going forward, which is the crux of knowledge translation anyway.
We think of food waste as a wicked problem. That means it has more than one cause, and so it will need to have more than one solution. These are very interrelated issues. And often when we talk about environmental, social, economic issues, we tend to talk about them in silos. This is something we've been hearing from our stakeholders over the past 2 days too, that a lot of their conversations have been within their sector and even within their organization. And so to talk with people in different sectors, in different parts of the food value chain, influencers and experts, it's been very useful to realize that there might be collaborations and partnerships that can address these problems better than any individual or any organization on their own can.